Hi everybody, welcome back on the channel. My name is Ken Wad. Well, today I want to make you a quick demonstration of Etica Wallet GUI. I've been coding on this over the past few days and weeks, and what I realized is that it's stupid not to show you actually what is going on. This is like a video for the hardcore believers on the project, that want to truly, go deep into what is going on. And the idea here, is to give you some insights about what is the GUI wallet, how it's going to work, and more importantly, to give you more insight about how to actually interact with the whole ecosystem. We're going to dive into a lot of things, not just the wallet. So basically, it's about deploying contracts on the testnet. Yes, this is the main thing I think that is going to happen now, is that we will be able to use the testnet and the wallet to try Etica in different ways, because what we can do is we can deploy as many Etica smart contracts as we want on the testnet. And in order to make you this demonstration, what I will do, the first thing is I will deploy a smart contract on the testnet to show you here. Okay, so right now what we can see is, first of all, I have a blockchain running on my local computer. So this is a local blockchain. As you can see, the block F is 261. So this is not the mainnet. This is just a local blockchain for testing. And what I will do is I will deploy a smart contract on the local blockchain to test the wallet. And right now the wallet is launched and it is connected to this local blockchain, as you can see here. But right now there is no Etica smart contract in the wallet. This is why we cannot see there is nothing. Okay, there is no Etica smart contract. So the first thing we need to do is to deploy a smart contract on the testnet, and then tell the wallet which address to look at. Okay, so the first stage is to deploy a smart contract. But first of all, what is Etica smart contract? So the smart contract, of course, it is open source and you can find it on the official Etica GitHub. But this is a Etica smart contract, okay? This is all of this. This is what the whole blockchain runs on top of, okay? This is what organizes Etica protocol. And what we can do is we can deploy as many as we want of these Etica smart contracts on the testnet in order to make some tests. So what we will do, is we will deploy this contract on the testnet, but we can change some variables, okay? Because, for instance, on the mainnet, on the actual blockchain, we know that a period, it lasts 7 days, But of course, we don't have the patience and the time to wait 7 days or every time we make tests. So the first thing we actually need to change is the time. So in order to do that, so this is here, okay? As you can see, these are the values of the mainnet, and what we will do on this test is we will use these values right here, okay? So in order to make this test, I've chosen to use 2 minutes as the main interval period, and then the rest is adapted to that, So on the mainnet, what happens is that when we make a proposal, so the period, it lasts 7 days. So every proposal that belongs to the same period will compete with each other. So on the mainnet, it's 7 days. Right now on this test, it's only 2 minutes. So what it means is that when we will submit proposals on the testnet with this contract, then we will have only 2 minutes to reveal the votes at some point, for instance. So let's dive into it, and so actually this is the only thing we are going to change on the smart contract. And the only other thing we are going to change is also to initiate the supply and to give an amount to an account, because we're not going to mine Eticas on the testnet, okay? Because first of all, we don't have the patience for this as well. And we want to right away have some Eticas. So this is what we have here. Okay, so what I will do, because on the mainnet, of course, you don't have this. Okay, you don't have an address that receives Etica, but what we have here is we have an address that is going to receive some Eticas at the creation of the account. So this way we don't have to mine Eticas to to use the smart contract on the testnet. So what we will do first of all is we are going to create an address here. Okay, so I just have to enter the password of the address that is going to be created. And now it's going to generate a brand new address. Okay, so this is it. We have our new address. Now I'm going to copy this address and I'm going to tell the smart contract to initiate the supply and to give it to this address, so that then once the smart contract is deployed, we can use this address, you know, to start using Etica. Okay, and by the way, this thing, you know, this process we are doing manually here, the goal in the future, you know, is to be able to use etica.io. Okay, is to be able to use etica.io to do this automatically. Okay, so that anybody, okay, to have like a playground or another part of etica.io that is connected to a testnet, and then anybody can deploy their own versions of Etica smart contract on the testnet and try to use it, you know. So basically they will be able to use it on the wallet, but also on etica.io. Okay, it will be connected to a testnet. So what we do here, there could be like an interface on etica.io. Okay, and this interface would allow you to like say, okay, I want to create a smart contract of Etica. Instead of like 7 days, I want 5 minutes, or I want 10 minutes, or I want 2 minutes. Like you can choose the parameters on the interface on etica.io. You click a button that deploys the contract on the testnet, and then it gives you an address. You put the address on the on the wallet or on etica.io, and you can try and test Etica on the testnet. Okay, this is the ultimate goal. We are not there yet, but we are going towards that. So on this video, what we will do is I will show you exactly what is going on behind the scenes. So it's truly for the hardcore believers, for the people that truly want to understand what's going on Etica. And yeah, you know, I think I will try, you know, to as much as possible, you know, start making these kind of videos on this channel. You know, this will be like the channel for hardcore believers of Etica. On this channel, you know, I don't expect a lot of views. I don't expect this kind of thing. It's truly, you know, to give information to the people that want to understand Etica very well. I do believe that this has the potential to be a revolutionary technology, and this is, you know, yeah, there's so many things to talk about, to do, and I do think it's much better, you know, to start sharing this kind of information so that you can understand these things, you know. So okay, so let me repeat where we were. So basically we have the address right here, and we put the address here. So what happens is that at the creation of this testnet smart contract, there will be 1 million HEI. So it's testnet HEI, and this address is going to receive 100,000 HEI, okay, at the creation of the contract. So now we need to deploy. So in order to deploy, when you have on Remix, okay, you just need to have the Etica smart contract that I put here. Then basically, if you use GitHub, you will see that Etica release protocol test. You have to use a test, because on the test you have these 2 lines. Okay, so what I did is I put these 2 lines here, but it's not very important. But yeah, so you just need to provide an address, which I did, and then you go right here. For the compiler, what you need is 0.5.2, okay? And then you can go on advanced configuration. This is necessary because otherwise, if you don't use advanced configuration, it's not going to compile well. So, and then here you can put this number like 500,000. Okay, you enable optimization, and that's all you need, and then you can click on compile. Okay, so I compile the smart contract. So right now it is compiling all this, and then what we will do is actually deploy it. But another thing I had to do before this, is I had to send some eGAS, so testnet eGAS, from the local blockchain here to my MetaMask. So it's already here, you see. So basically my local blockchain here, there's an address that is mining some eGAS, some testnet eGAS. I sent it to this address. So now with this address I can sign transactions, and this is what we will do now next, because we will deploy a smart contract with this address. So now the contract is compiled. What I will do now is I will go here, okay, I will change it to injected provider MetaMask, okay, and as you can see now it's connected to this address I showed you here. And what I will do now is I will simply deploy Etica smart contract, but I will choose the right contract, which is this one, and now I'm going to deploy. Okay, so it's asking me to validate the transaction, which I'm going to do. Okay, it takes some time. Let's just be patient. Okay, so now I confirm. Okay, perfect. So now it is signing the transaction and creating the smart contract on the testnet. So we see the transaction right here, okay, and it gives an address. Okay, this is the address we are going to provide on the wallet. So now you can see that it is compiled and we have our testnet address. So I'm going to copy this address, and now I'm going to put this address into the smart contract, into the wallet, so that the wallet can read what is going on this testnet smart contract. So I'm going to do that, relaunch the wallet, and then I will be back. Hi everybody, I'm back. So as you can see now, the Etica testnet smart contract has been set into the wallet. So we can actually see that this address that we put before has received 100,000 ETIs, okay, testnet ETIs. And with this ETI, I will be able to show you how the wallet actually works. So the first thing we can do is we can send eGAS, we can send ETI. On this page right here, we can see the transactions. On this page, we can see the stacks and what is going on the stack system. We can make new commits, okay, it's new votes. We can see the vote history right here. We can see the history of the proposals we made to the protocol right here. We can create diseases, we can create chunks, and we can search. For what is going on the protocol, okay. And also we have this part here where we can actually resync the wallet, okay. So this is basically the whole wallet, So first of all, what we can do, okay, the first thing we actually need to do is to receive some eGAS, actually, as you can see here, because if we do not have any eGAS, we cannot sign transactions, we cannot do anything. So what I will do is I will go on the wallet here, I will copy this, okay, then I will go on the MetaMask that has received some testnet eGAS, okay, and I'm going to say, okay, send some testnet eGAS, let's say 5, it's more than enough, and I'm going to say confirm. Okay, So now I've sent some testnet IGAs to the wallet. Okay, so the wallet is going to receive, okay, great, it has received 5 testnet IGAs, as you can see. So now with these testnet IGAs, I will be able to sign transactions and do a lot of things. So first of all, what we can do, okay, let's say we want to send some ETI, okay, because we have 100,000 here. We only need, I can select the account. Right now I just have one account. Then I have to choose a recipient address. I can choose any address. So let's choose this address, okay. And then I can choose an amount, okay. So I can say, let's say I want, as you can see, I have 100,000 available, but let's say I want to send like 25, or it's testnet, let's say 260, I mean any number you want. And then I'm going to enter the password of the account, and then it's going to send. So one other thing we need to change, before the release of the wallet is the system, as you can see, of the signing of the transactions. Because right now, at each transaction we make, we have to enter the password. And more importantly, is that when we create new addresses here, you see, let's say I want to create a new address. I create a new address. I have to provide a brand new password, okay? And the addresses are not linked to each other. So this is this is an issue, because this is not how you would expect, wallet to work. So one of the things I need to do, before the release is to change the system and to have a system where actually when you launch the wallet, you have one main private key, okay, that is generated from the mnemonic 25 words list, okay. So basically you have your 24 words, and then when you create a new address, it's going to create new addresses automatically from this main private key. And this way, if you have a problem with your computer or anything like this, you can regenerate the whole wallet addresses from any other computer, and you just basically need the 24 words, So this is a main change that will come to the wallet. But right now, you will see that every time I have to put the password, and if I create new addresses, they are not linked to each other. So just be aware of that, it will be changed. Okay, so we made a transaction. As you can see, the balance has been updated. And if I go here on transactions, here I can see that I received my 5 IGAs, and then I made an ETI transfer of 250. Okay, so this is like, let's say it was Bitcoin or Monero or any kind of currency. This would be like the only use case, the only thing we could do, with this cryptocurrency, because right now, the cryptocurrency ecosystem, I believe, if we, let's not just talk about what is technical, but also, time to time talk about other things, So if I go on coin market cap, okay, if I go on this, okay, if you follow me, if you not follow me, because I don't like this term, if you know me, you actually know that for me, all of these right here are shitcoins, except for Bitcoin, and except for another one, which is, on the darknet, and that people don't really like, which is this one, okay, Monero. But all the rest, like, for me, actually, it is like shitcoins, okay. And so I will only talk about Bitcoin and Monero, and I only compare Etica to Bitcoin and Monero all the time. But the thing is, Bitcoin and Monero, they have the kind of same use case, okay. It's all about a cryptocurrency that can be a store value, and that can, the main use case for Bitcoin and Monero is this aspect of being able to send, okay, some value digitally, and to have a store value that is digital, okay, of the 21st century. But with Etica, the wallet is slightly different, because it's not just about sending money, okay, it's about making open source medical research without intellectual property. Okay, it's about making a consensus or social consensus of individuals that do not have the same interests potentially, but that work together on the same direction. Okay, and what makes this possible is the blockchain technology. So the reason why I wanted to show you CoinMarketCap is because I believe that blockchain technology is has an extreme potential, and that I think that the world civilization is realizing this, But when we see what we have done with this potential so far, if I like, I can go through all these projects, and see how I mean the potential of this technology and the kind of nonsense we have made with this so far. I think this is like a nonsense, And with Etica, the goal is to create a new cryptocurrency that has, the potential of Bitcoin and Monero, but for another use case. Okay, and this use case is open source medical research, decentralized science. Okay, and I believe that eventually Etica will potentially become one of the biggest cryptocurrencies in the world. But at this moment, I don't know where all this crap would be. I don't expect this to last long. I think that most of these projects are going to vanish. So, I know that, some people want us to be listed everywhere on CoinMarketCap and all this, but we have to realize that potentially all these projects in the future will disappear. And let's focus, on the true technology we like. Because once people understand what Etica can actually do, this is like, the only thing we actually need to do right now, I think, is to focus on the technology, on my point of view, and this is the goal of this video. But now let's go back on the system. Okay, so now we have the stacking. This is here. We have the stacking. Then we have the commit. We have the commit history. Okay, I think I already showed you all of this. So let's now start using it. So I'm going to go on create disease. The first thing we need actually is a disease. Okay, so I'm going to choose this address. As you can see, it requires to pay 100 ETIs. Again, it is testnet ETIs, and as you can see, I have more than enough on this address, so I will be able to create any kind of disease. For the test, let's call it disease. Disease, I don't know. Letter disease, I don't know. I don't really like to create disease, but let's call it disease T. Okay, so I'm going to create this disease T on the protocol and confirm. So what will happen now is going to create the disease. Okay, we will receive the transaction here. Okay, great, there it is. As you can see, it has I had to pay like 100 ETIs to create the disease. And now if we go right here and we say, okay, I want to search what is going on the protocol, I say this is T. Okay, great. As you can see, it has found the disease. What you can see here, okay, this I would have to work on this, is just some values because I'm still working on the wallet. Okay, it's not fully operational, so this is why you see this is just like some counters I need to change, but here is the hash of the disease. I take the hash of the disease and now I can submit the proposal. Okay, so let's use the same wallet to submit a proposal. Right here I need to put the hash of the disease. Here it is. The chunk is optional. For this one we will not use. Proposal, let's call it proposal 1. Okay, and so some description, voila, not very useful. Okay, some description. Okay, Okay, some description. And then we need an IPFS hash. Okay, for IPFS hash, we can actually, like on the protocol, you know, it's just it's a string field, you know. So if I, you know, any IPFS hash, I could use any IPFS hash, you know, it's not very important, but you know, I like to take, yeah, just to show you how it looks like, you know. So basically IPFS hash, I think most of you understand what it is, but it's like a string representation of the content, you know. It's like you can have a file, you can have a folder, anything you want, and once you have an IPFS hash, it represents the whole thing, you know. So this is the content of the proposal. Okay, for instance, if we go on etica.io, yeah, etica.io right here, we can see, if we go on the proposals list, okay, if we go on the Genesis proposal that is on the protocol, we can see like this one, okay, the first proposal, we can see it here, and this is the IPFS hash of the proposal. So what I did here is I just put a random hash, okay, anything you want, I can be submitted. And now what we need is bosoms, okay, we need 10 bosoms. Right now I didn't make any stack, I didn't make anything, so actually I did all of this just to see what? To see that it's not going to work. Okay, it's not working. Okay, why it's not working? Because I didn't make a stack, because I have 0 bosoms. I have 0 bosoms here. So let's do a stack. So I take this address, and here I say how much I want to stack. Okay, so let's say I want to stack for the test, I want to stack like 300 HCI. Okay, now I'm going to click here on stack, and I'm going to click and do this. Okay, I said I put the password I entered, you know, at the creation of the account. Sorry for this. I mean, sometimes my tongue, you know. So now I will see that the transaction is going to arrive here, and then I will be able to actually submit a proposal, you know, because I will have enough bosoms right here. Okay, so yes, the transaction arrived, as you can see right here. The first line, I know where it comes from, don't pay attention to it, you know, it's just something I implemented for the test, but of course when the wallet will be released you won't see this. But okay, so the transaction is here. Now let's do the proposal as we intended to do. Okay, so I take the hash of the disease, I go on the proposals, I enter the hash, we said like proposal, I don't know, let's call it proposal error. Here I say some description. Okay, now IPFS hash, we have this. Okay, let's take okay, I think it was here. Let's take this. We take an IPFS hash. Now I enter the IPFS hash, random hash of IPFS, and I say submit proposal. And now, as you can see, it's magic. It works. Why? Because I have at least 10 bosoms. Okay, right here. So I submitted the proposal. Now, as you can see, what we have here is 300 bosoms. Okay, and 300 ETI stacked. Okay, but once the transaction of the proposal submission will be made, this will be actualized, and you will see what happens. Okay, you will see what happens here. We have some ETIs that will be locked, and until we'll claim it back, it will be locked in the blockchain system. And this is a bosoms as well, you know. And the stacking system, you know, in order to understand how it works, you know, it will, I think, require, this is also why it's great to have the testnet, because with the stacking system and all of this, it's better to understand. So we are still waiting for the transaction to be confirmed by the blockchain right here, and once it is confirmed, we will receive here right here, okay, when the blocks will actualize. Okay, great. So transaction arrived, and as you can see, we have submitted the proposal. So now if I go back on the stacks page, you can see that we have 10 ETIs locked, we have the bosoms available, and we have the stack. Okay, so our stack, what is stacked is 300 ETIs. And now on the stack, we have 290 bosoms, and we have 10 ETIs locked. Okay, so the Etica system, you know, I think like eventually there will be like some levels of users, I mean some of degree of understanding of the system, you know. And I think that right now most of the people still actually don't have any idea of how it works, but the more it becomes like standard, the more like it becomes a normal thing, you know, to understand Etica, the more powerful the system is going to become. Now, because right now it's only hardcore believers and very few people that truly understand Etica, I believe. But what will happen in coming months and years is more and more people will understand. And once this happens, this is when we will see the true potential of decentralized science and the true potential of decentralizing intellectual property, and to work together and to make this open source research a reality, you know. But we're still at the very beginning of this momentum, of this new revolution. So I'm very glad, you know, that you're following what I'm saying and all this, because you have to realize how early you are and how, I mean, in the whole world of billions of people, you know, the few that are following what we're doing here with Etica, you know, you are very, to some extent, you know, some visionaries to identify this project and what we're doing. So I'm glad you're here, and I will do my best to explain you how it works. So this is a stacking system, okay? We've seen that, okay? So we made a stack of 10, we made a first stack of 300 ETIs, then we made the proposal. So as the person that submits the proposal, we have locked ETIs here. Now, if we, okay, what we will do now is we are going to use a second account to vote on the proposals, so that I can show you other things in more details. So right here we have a second account that has no ETIs. So I'm going to send to this account some ETIs. Okay, let's say we're going to send this amount to the second account for the test. Okay, so the second account is going to receive some ETIs, and then with these ETIs we will be able to vote on the proposals, and I will be able to show you much more things. Okay, so I'm searching for disease, and I don't remember which letter I put here. Let me see. Okay, transactions. Okay, so we have created the disease. Okay, so it's disease T that we have created. So I copy the yeah, I'm going to make a new proposal so that we can vote on this one, you know. Yeah, okay, so So for that, so okay, so transaction has arrived to this account. So now I'm going to stack some ETIs with a second account so that I can vote later. This time I say 600 ETIs I'm going to stack. Okay. So I'm stacking 600 ETIs. Okay, you see, I'm stupid because I don't have enough EGAs, so I cannot sign the transaction. Okay, so let's send some EGAs to this address. Okay, so now I take this one. I will send half, 2.5, then okay, I say HK, and then it's going to send some HK to this address. Okay, so let's go on transactions. It's going to come. We will receive 2.5 EGAs, and then I will be able to make the stack here. Okay. Okay, perfect. So now I have received. So let's make the stack. I said like I don't know, let's say 400 ETIs or 450 ETIs. And I say I put the password and I confirm. Okay. So the transaction is sent. Now it will receive the transaction right here. And once we receive the transaction, we will be able to to vote on the proposals, you know. So just waiting, you know, for the transaction to be confirmed. And also we will take the hash right here in order to make the new proposal. So what we will do is we're going to create a new proposal, because the thing is, when we create new proposals, to remind you how Etica works, is that when we make new proposals, we basically have only, normally on the mainnet, it's 7 days. Okay, so basically the period lasts 7 days. So you make a proposal, then during 3 periods, meaning 21 days, people can vote on the proposal, and then for 1 week, people can reveal their votes. Okay, so, but here we are on the test blockchain smart contract, as we said. So instead of lasting 1 week, 7 days, it lasts 2 minutes. Okay, this is what we did here when we have deployed the smart contract. You know, if you remind, at some point, you know, we put the minutes, what I show you, yeah, but here, okay, we put only 2 minutes. So what happens is that when we make proposals, we basically have only at some point to reveal, instead of lasting 7 days, it only lasts 2 minutes. So we have to be very quick. And this is the process I want to show you, you know, what I had to do when I was making the tests. So I'm going to create a new proposal, and then you will see what happens. Okay. So proposal, let's tell proposal, let's say diabit. Okay. Then we put some content here and the IPFS hash. So let's take, you know, the IPFS hash that we had, this one, and we're going to make just a small edit. So I put the IPFS hash, but I'm going to change the two last letters. Okay, I changed the 2 last letters, so it's not the same one. And now I'm going to submit the proposal. Okay, remind that I used this account, the first account, to make the proposal. Okay, so now the proposal is created. Now let's say, you know, the proposal is created, so it's visible everywhere on the network, every website. You know, we could have like thousands of websites connected to the blockchain, and all of them, they are informed of the new proposal. They are front-end applications, and anybody can now interact with this protocol, with this proposal. So let's say I'm a random user and I am outside this wallet. Okay, So this is the whole of this address now, is to show you how you can vote on proposals. So I will do it within the same wallet, but you imagine, yes, you understand that it can be anywhere on the blockchain. So this address is going to vote. In order to vote, you go here on new commits. Okay, new commits, it's vote. Okay, but what I need first is the hash of the proposal. So I'm going to find it, this one. It was this one. Okay, so I copy the hash of the proposal because I need it to vote. Now I choose the second account, not the first one. Then I put the hash of the proposal and I say I approve or I disapprove. For the test, let's say I approve it. Now the password, you can put any password, and this is also why the wallet will be very useful, is because now you don't have to actually remember it, you know, because the wallet stores the parameters of your vote for you. But yeah, so let's say now I want to set a password. I don't know, let's say my passphrase here is Etica password. Okay, so this is like my privacy phrase for the vote. And now I'm going to say how much I want to vote on the proposal. Let's say 50 ETIs. This will be updated, you know, it's not the right data, but you understand. Okay, so I'll say I want to commit like 50 ETIs. Okay, and now I do this. And now, okay, so my transaction has been sent. So what happened is that now, once the transaction is received and confirmed with at least one block confirmation on the blockchain, then, okay, so now it's good. Then if I go on commit history, I can see it here. Okay, and this is what it tells me. Okay, it tells me that I've voted with 50 ETIs. This is the time of the vote. Okay, so you can see the hour for me right now. This is the name of the proposal. This is the hash of the proposal. I can click on it and it copies, you see. Right here, this is the hash of the vote. Okay, so this is like when we voted, you know, we have seen that there were some parameters, you know, there were the privacy phrase, there were the choice, and there were the hash of the proposal. So basically this is the hash of the vote parameters right here. And this is the timeline of the vote. Okay, so it tells me that I can start to reveal my vote at this hour exactly, and I can and this is a deadline. Okay, this right here, the deadline. And this is because we use a testnet smart contract. Okay, this is because we use this smart contract instead of this one. So let's say we were on the mainnet. On the mainnet, instead of seeing these things, you know, right here you see I have a window of only 2 minutes to reveal my vote. But on the test on the mainnet, what we would see here, it's 7 days. Okay, like it would be from the first from the 19 to the 26th. You know, there would be 7 days to reveal the vote. But because this is a testnet, we only have 2 minutes. Okay, so the equivalent of 3 weeks, it's 6 minutes. And from the moment we created the proposal, and from the moment, you know, we have to actually, just a clarification about this moment. You know, I had a moment of perplexity because actually, you know, I'm not completely used to the interface of the wallet. And what happened here is I just, you know, mistaken the creation address of the commit with the creation address of the proposal, of course, you know. So what we care about here is the creation address of the proposal, okay, because this is what gives the time frame that we have to vote on the proposal and then to reveal the vote. So what happens, you know, is on the testnet, on the smart contract testnet, we made a proposal for at this moment. Then it lasts for 3 periods. Okay, so 2 times 3, it's 6 minutes, okay? So this is why it becomes possible to reveal the votes at 20:59, okay? This is why. What I'm waiting now is to, so on my computer you can see that it's 59 minutes here, and now I'm just waiting, that it's 21 o'clock. Yes, 21 o'clock, because it's only when it's 21 o'clock here it's 59 seconds, so I have to wait this. And once we are in the window of revealing the proposal, you will see that the wallet actualizes. You see what it does? It actualizes. So now I can reveal. But if I do it too soon, I have this. Why? Because it is a blockchain, so it takes into account the timestamp of the current block, but the block doesn't actualize every second. So this is why we need, to get some more blocks with a good time. And now I can reveal. And as you can see, I don't have to put back my privacy phrase. Everything is stored automatically by the wallet. And eventually the wallet will also be able to automatically reveal votes, without you having to go on this page and click on this button, providing, you open the wallet at least one time during the revealing week. So now I have revealed my vote, and if I go back here, you can see that the wallet, again, it actualizes, and now it tells me that, okay, you have revealed your vote, but now the claims, they open on these days, at this time, okay? So it tells me that I will be able to claim my vote only at this moment, okay? So on the mainnet, it would be at least 5 weeks later than the period, okay? But here, instead of 5 weeks, it's it's five times 2 minutes, So this is basically how it works, And here, this is where I can claim the proposals as a creator of the proposals. So with the first account, if we go back here, with the first account, we have made the proposals. And with the second account, we have voted on the proposal. So if I go back here on your proposals, I can claim it, okay? As the person that made the proposal, I can claim the proposal. So let's do this, let's claim it. Let's take our proposal. So in order to do that, I'm going to click on claim the proposal, and then I'm going to confirm. Okay, great. So now I've claimed it. So because there was just only one proposal during this period, during this this equivalent of a week, you would see only one. I would get the totality of the reward. I would get it here, okay? Because there is only one proposal competing. So currently it is about 2,500, I think, 2,500 ETIs per period that reward the research, and like 1,500 ETIs that reward the voters of a period. This is the current thing. But what will happen that every year, over the past next 10 years, every year it is going to increase. So right now it's about 10% of the rewards that go to the research system, and 90% that go to the miners. But this will be actualized every every year, you know, next year it will be 20% for research, and the year after it will be 30%. So it's going to increase until it reaches 50%. So as you can see right here, I have claimed the proposal as the person that made the proposal, and I received the totality of the reward of the period, which is this, okay, as a voter. And as you can see here, the balance has been updated as well. And if we go here, we can see that the balance of the person that made the proposal was here. And I still have my stacks, okay? I still have, if I go on stacks here, I can see just something I want to precise here is you can see I still have 10 ETIs locked. It's because I made 2 proposals, okay? So we have 10 ETIs that were unlocked, and now only 10 is still locked, because if I go here, you can see that right here I have my proposal. So I'm still working on this page, and this is why it doesn't show the right status here. Now let's claim the vote as the voter, you know. So I voted on the proposal. Now let's claim the vote, okay? So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to enter my password here. I'm going to confirm, and after this I will so if we go before the transaction is submitted, confirmed, we can see here that I have this amount locked, of ETI locked, and I have this amount of ETIs here, but you will see that everything is going to update, okay? So if now I go back, so you can see that the transaction now is confirmed. So yeah, so here it is. Here is the reward as a voter. I had the whole reward of the period, okay? This is a current reward every week on the network for the voters, and this is a current reward every week on the network for the people that submit proposals. And now if I go on here, you can see that the ETIs are unlocked, and you can see that the balance is updated, okay? Now what here, this thing here is because I'm like, at the moment I was fixing this, you know, it was the moment I was like, okay, look, you've been working on this wallet this whole time, and nobody's actually knowing what's going on. Nobody has insight of what's going on. And yeah, I was like, yes, you know, it's let's share what I'm doing with everybody. So as you can see, it's not already completely 100% operational, because I just like I think this thing here is like the only thing I still have, you know, to really fix, you know. But other than this, like, the wallet is completely operational. Like, you can, right here, you know, you can search for, we said disease, but you can also put the hash of a proposal. Okay, let's take this one for instance. I can put the hash of a proposal. It's going to find it. Okay, if it's proposal, it's going to find it. And so there are still, you know, some right here, you know, some because right here some values are hard coded, and I just have to replace it by the variables. But for developers to understand that it's not like something that's going to take some time, it's done, right? But other than this, what I will have to do now is to implement a system, as we said, that is a mnemonic system, that when we create new addresses, again, it's from a 24-word list that we can use to import in any other wallet, you know. So basically, this is where the thing is currently at. Um, yeah, so I think, this is already a long video. I start myself, to repeat myself a lot, but you've got the idea, you've got the idea of what is going on. I think you know that Etica is a project that is 100% about the fundamentals and of course the community, and what I think right now at the current stage of the project, is we already, have done a lot when it comes to where we started from and where we are right now. But like the goal for 2023 is to put Etica in a whole different dimension. Like it's to really start, the momentum in the project, and to see where we can go, and how far we can go with Etica as a community. Again, everything is open source, and everything, the wallet is completely open source. The smart contract is completely open source. Everything is absolutely open source. So you can if you're really technical, you can already play with it. But I would not recommend it. I would recommend that I at least finish like the version 1 where everything is fixed and everything is completely 100% operational. But you've got the idea, and there are so many things that one video, of course, like I cannot do 1 or 2% of everything I have to say, But yeah, the goal, of the ecosystem, is that very soon we have the wallet operational that we can use to, do the kind of things I showed you in this video on the testnet, and deploy smart contract, Etica smart contract, this way, that people can actually try and understand Etica much better thanks to the testnet. This is the goal of the coming months. And this way, if we go back on etica.io, it will be possible to deploy Etica testnet smart contracts on etica.io to test them, with different variables and all this, and then understand the voting system much better. So that's yeah, I think that was it for me on this video today. I hope you understand it. I hope you liked it, and I hope you understand what is going on with Etica. Let me know if definitely let me know, if you like this type of content, if you think it's worth it for me to do it, time to time, to show up on this channel and to show you, what is going on behind the scenes, what I've been doing, coding all of this. And for those who follow me also, on I don't like follow, but for those who know me from YouTube, I think I will be back on YouTube soon, that's for sure. I will be back on YouTube, that's 100% certain. Now the question is when. And as you know, I've been like the whole 2022 I've been working on Etica, coding on Etica, so I wasn't available for making YouTube content. And I'm very sorry for those that are disappointed on that regard, but I can tell you that I will be back on YouTube, and to speak, about my vision of cryptocurrency, the current stage of the industry. And I will also, tackle some other things like intelligent AI. I think that there are a lot of things to say about it. And the first thing to say is, I'm going to start a second video, but the first thing to say about AI, is